And it's by Srila Prabhupada's mercy that, in despite of all the different type of difficulties, so just think about it. At 74 years old, he travels to the west, to New York. I've been recently uh, reading both the biography by Jamuna Devi and now some of the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada narrated by His Holiness Mukunda Maharaj, that it speaks about the beginnings of the movement, and especially Srila Prabhupada coming. Mukunda Maharaj's narration is very wonderful because it's when Srila Prabhupada arrived to New York and the type of situation that he had to actually undergo to establish the movement. And when he came in 1965, he landed in this area of New York City, who was basically a very, very distressed area that was full of people that um, were in, in the pits, in the low, very low stages. Uh, Drunkards, drug addicts, tons of hippies, homeless people, and that was the situation in the Bowery in New York, in the Lower East Side. And Srila Prabhupada landed right there. He managed to, by the arrangement of some of the first devotees that he met, he managed to stay in this place, in 94 Bowery Street, which is very close to Canal Street. It's an area even now is not so great. And at that time, he was living in this space with one young hippie who was a drug addict, pretty much addicted to heroin, and with his mind already finished. So he was a very crazy, crazy boy. And Srila Prabhupada had to live with him, and that's how he was having programs, inviting people, and eventually this boy went crazy, and Srila Prabhupada, um, it is explained that one time Mukunda Maharaj explains that he uh, got a call by Srila Prabhupada basically asking for help. He didn't have a place, he had to leave. He had to leave that place because this boy went crazy and was dangerous. And when Mukunda Maharaj narrates of the space in which Srila Prabhupada started to preach, the Lower East Side, he said the smell was so bad, a combination of garbage, because New York, unlike Chicago, there's no alleys that the garbage is put in the alleys, but the garbage is put in the front streets. So the streets were always very smelly, with garbage, and what to speak on those areas. Like, at that time, the Lower East Side, big rats and tons of, at that time, of people that were homeless, people that were addicted to drugs, drunkards. Prabhupada explains that right in front of his building, Mukunda Maharaj explained, that to enter the building in which Prabhupada was staying at that time, there was a couple of drunkards that used to, basically, that was their place for the leave. And you have to sometimes even go over them to try to get to the door. That was the situation. You just remember, there was a period of time that we have a couple of drunkards living right across, Mexican drunkards that were living in the alley here. So Prabhupada had that situation, and then not only the smell of garbage, but also the smell of other things that were, it was terrible, the situation. That's what Srila Prabhupada have to undergo for at least 1 year. Prabhupada explains that he will think very often. He will go to the pier to see when the next boat will go, to having these thoughts of maybe this was too much, maybe he should go back. But then he will stay because he was committed to fulfill the order of the spiritual master. So, on that order, Srila Prabhupada came to America. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta told him, eh, you preach to the Western, to the English-speaking world. You tell them about the message of Lord Chaitanya, the mission of Lord Chaitanya. And Srila Prabhupada was committed and determined to fulfill that mission. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was a great visionary, and it's explained that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta created basically the blueprint to establish a worldwide institution to be the ultimate delivering vehicle of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan mission. It will be the vehicle to fulfill Lord Chaitanya's prediction that the chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will be heard in every town and village of the world. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta had the vision of this great institution that will fulfill that prediction. And the way he envisioned this institution was moving away from something that was traditional in our discipline succession. Make certain adjustments that were according to the times and circumstances. And one of the main adjustments that he made is how the structure of such institution have to be in order to be effective, taking into consideration the conditions of the world and the propensities that are there, the dangers that are there in the world at that time. And the considerations had to do with the propensity that individuals, we conditioned souls, we have to overcome the conditions of the false ego and the conditions of this sense of being independent from the Supreme Lord. The conditions of desire and the conditions of envy. All these different things, pride, these are things that are innate in conditioned souls. In fact, I was mentioning this morning, Krishna tells us that in the Bhagavad Gita, that when we come into the material world, it's because of two things: Icha, Dvesha, Samutana. Icha and Dvesha. Desire and hate. Desire of Krishna's position and hate because Krishna has that position. So we have, is my Guru Maharaj mentions that if we have one of these bodies, that is a flag that say, I am envious of Krishna. So the propensity is there. And the process of Krishna consciousness is to become free or being able to purify those propensities that took us away from Krishna. That's why we're in the material world. So in Kali Yuga, as Kali Yuga advances, is even much and much more difficult to overcome these things. The atmosphere is not favorable for overcoming those things. Rather, the atmosphere nourishes those type of conditions. And even so, when we come into devotional service, that is part of the mix. And then, if we're not careful, then in the same way that with the same nourishing activities that we allow our devotional propensities to grow, that same nourishment, if it's not careful, if it's done in an uncaring or way, that can also nourish these unwanted things. It's like Prabhupada gave the example of gardening. You know, we have a Raminta who is very much dedicated to gardening. And you know, when you do gardening, if you're not careful, if you have the beautiful wanted plant, and if you're not careful to remove the weeds, then then the same elements that you use to nourish the wanted plant will also nourish the unwanted ones. And the problem is that the unwanted ones are so uh, deeply entrenched that they grow much more faster and they can choke the wanted one. So that's why what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta envisioned was not the thing that we move away was not a single acharya, not one single person empower individual that will create continue the succession, because that's how it has been in the tradition of the disciplic succession. One acharya is designated by the previous acharya. So one acharya is names the next acharya. So now that's not what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta envisioned. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta envisioned a board or envisioned a group of devotees, a body of devotees who look after the society, who will take the function of leading a society, leading the institution. Now, Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON with that blueprint. What happened with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's institution and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's vision is that although he directed his followers and disciples to take up this vision that he has and manage the institution, when he left, they failed to do that. They couldn't. They couldn't do that. And the reason was mostly because it was culturally, it was very difficult. They were accustomed to accept the one acharya, the head of the institution. So, although they tried, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta established, they immediately start to fight and start to propose who will be the next teacher or the next acharya. And that basically destroyed the the institution of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. Srila Prabhupada, that was one of his legacy. Srila Prabhupada established the institution, the vision of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And so, Srila Prabhupada organized in 1970 the GBC body and trained the GBC body to manage a society of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Now, until Prabhupada, while Prabhupada was present in this world, there was no need of GBC. He was the undisputed founder Acharya. And whatever Prabhupada's instructions or guidelines were there, everybody will follow. So there was no situation in which the vision of a body of devotees, GBC managing, needed to be manifested. It was more or less something that this body, or GBC body, was in an embryo type of manifestation. It was like within the womb of ISKCON. It hasn't been to manifest yet. But when Prabhupada departed, then now the GBC is basically to take care of this institution. And of course, there has been the growing pains of learning and understanding how to manage the institution in a way that is transparent and connected to Srila Prabhupada's vision, which is the vision of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, which is the vision of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which represent the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Srila Prabhupada's purpose for us is very clear, and we know of his last instruction in which he uh, he gave he instructed all of us that the way we showed love for him is by understanding how to act in cooperation with each other. And it sounds something so simple, and it's common sense. You know, we're part of a community, of a group. Obviously, you know, we cooperate with each other. Is part of any type of group that is trying to achieve something. You know, you're part of a team. So it's a principle that functions in any type of group of persons who have a common goal. Our goal is to push the mission of the institution of ISKCON, the mission of Lord Chaitanya, the Sankirtan mission. We have that goal. You know, the ultimate goal is to take this chanting in every town and village. So we work as a team, and teams have, you know, different positions. You know, when you have a sports teams, you know, there are different positions, and everybody does their part, and there are different parts like that. So it's common sense. They all work in cooperation for a common goal. But the fact is that it's not such a simple thing. There are difficulties that we have to confront in the process of trying to fulfill this very important last instruction. You know, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada says, the way you show your love to me. Now, we may think, you know, if we ask this question, how we can show our love to Srila Prabhupada, so many different things will come into mind. By becoming a pure devotee, by chanting, you know, our rounds without offenses. Lila Manjari Mataji. What time we have till this 12:15? We chant around with our offenses. We're able to build temples, or anyway, so many things we can say like that. But Prabhupada said, work in cooperation. And the reason is there is that because it's possibly the most difficult thing to achieve. And the reason it's difficult is because it has to do with broadening our capacity to understand people's different natures and be able to function with people of different ways of seeing things. And here's the challenge of this of Prabhupada's last instruction. Uh, it's very easy to work as a team with people that are like-minded. In general, you assemble a team with very similar type of people. You know, like if you have a sport team, you have a person who is the general manager of that team, and he scouts among all the athletes to be the ones that can have a very similar chemistry, and they gel together. So then it's very easy to establish and to work for the common goal because they very easily can assemble as a team. But when we talk about the task that Lord Chaitanya has given us, in which is for the whole world, it's not just for a particular group, so it's for the whole world. And everybody is welcome, regardless of any type of background. And everybody and the institution, there's part of the part of the titles that is given to Prabhupada's legacy is that he built a house in which the whole world can live. The whole world means the diversity of people that are there. Now, when you have diversity of people, then you have diversities of thinking, diversity of nature, diversity of backgrounds, diversity. Now we're not talking about birds of the same feather, but you're talking about putting together all these different type of birds, and you have to make them work together. Jai Shri Kishore Kishore. And that's tremendously challenging, naturally challenging. And it's challenging because of this. You take the instruction from Srila Prabhupada. You take any instruction from Srila Prabhupada. You know, you distribute my books, print and distribute books. Or you share what you know or what you understand with others. Whatever you receive, you share. So we take any instruction, you know, we show uh, we show kindness to people by sharing, you know, what is in Krishna, how Krishna consciousness is touching with others like that. So now that instruction, suppose one devotee, he takes that instruction, he processes that instruction, and then he manifests in this form, this devotional act. Someone else takes the same instruction and then process it and then manifest in this other form. Now, you're going to find out that some of these manifestations of devotion, some of them are quite different. Some of them may be even opposite. And then how you cooperate with something like that, how you can create cooperation. It's not easy. It's not easy. When you have people with different visions and different understandings and different expectations and different all different things. But Srila Prabhupada ordered us that we have to do it. Now, how do you do that? Well, you have all of us are meant to grow or to grow, mature as devotees. And when mature as devotees, your capacity expands. Your capacity to be able not only to embrace, understand, and respect different points of views, different ways, differences, it becomes possible. As long as we find our views just being restricted to our way of seeing things and not being able to expand to others, experiences and way of processing Krishna consciousness, then we're gonna find conflicting. We're gonna find conflict, and we're gonna find then that our Krishna conscious efforts will become fragmented. A group here, a group there, a group here, a group there, and our capacity to be able to fulfill the mission of the institution becomes extremely limited and, and almost it won't be able to do what it needs to be done. It's like this. If you want to have a God sister of mine would put this example that is graphic. If you want to have an impact into someone, you know, if you have 5 fingers and you're going to try to have some substantial impact with 1 finger, you know, what you do is annoy the person by poking the person with 1 finger, right? How much impact can you have with 1 finger? But if you put all these 5 fingers together, then now you have a fist, and when you impact, then there will be an impact. There will be an ouch. It won't be something annoying, but it will be something that you have to, do something like that. So to create an impact, you bring all together. And that's only by maturing in Krishna consciousness. And that's the mandate of Srila Prabhupada. That's where his last instructions were left. So I'm going to read and then finish with this. Then we proceed. So when we come to understand, this is Srila Ravindra Swarup Prabhu. He wrote this in a book called The Founder Acharya. And the outcomes of accepting and embracing Srila Prabhupada's instructions and Srila Prabhupada's vision and system. There will be many consequences when Srila Prabhupada's position as the founder Acharya is realized. Among them, 1. Generation after generation will be able to receive the special mercy offered by Srila Prabhupada. The path back to Godhead he opened will be ever increasingly traveled. 2. By taking full shelter of Srila Prabhupada as Shiksha Guru in his Vani manifestation, all teachers in ISKCON on various levels of advancement will be able to authentically convey Srila Prabhupada's real teaching, thus giving proper guidance, shelter, and protection to all. So in other words, we have to be acquainted with Prabhupada's teachings. 3. Srila Prabhupada's active presence will secure the unity and integrity of ISKCON. 4. ISKCON teachings will remain consistent over a space of time. 5. Srila Prabhupada's realized knowledge, endowing him with the specific potency to spread Krishna consciousness, will not only be preserved but also developed. 6. His books will remain central to us, for they contain insights and directions that are to be realized. Srila Prabhupada's eyes will always remain the lens to which all future generations see our predecessors acharyas. It's also very interesting to read Srila Prabhupada's will. He gets um, he gets technical in terms of what to do with the different temples around the world. So it goes into that. But among his will, one of the things that he said at the end was, a lot have to do, yeah, with the properties, especially that we're not, is not this, the properties of the Lord are immovable. They can be a sale or a mortgage or that type of thing. Of course, one of them here that is declared is a Chicago property, the Detroit and Narbonne, and we that temple is not anymore. That temple was we couldn't stay in that temple, but it was not because of the devotees. It was mostly because of the city of Evanston. Made it created all the obstacles that we have to move from that temple. And of course, there is a temple in New York, 55th Street temple that was sold, and that was one of the big mistakes that were committed during the time of after Srila Prabhupada's departure, and those type of things. But Prabhupada left all these clear instructions, and in one sense, through different mistakes, we're still learning to how to manage the institution according to Prabhupada's instruction. The document you can find is interesting to see, I declare. Here's some of the things that Srila Prabhupada spoke during the time of right previous to his passing, to concluding his manifested pastimes here in this world. And he was very ill, so he wouldn't speak a lot, but he would still maintain, consistently. We see when we see the video, Srila Prabhupada is with a very thin voice, still narrating the Bhaktivedanta purpose and giving instructions to the devotees. So, this is some of the things that he said. One devotee asked Srila Prabhupada about who will succeed him as a leader of the Krishna conscious movement. Prabhupada replied, all my disciples will take the legacy. If you want, you can also take it. Sacrifice everything. I, one, may soon pass away. But there are hundreds and and this movement will increase. It's not that I'll give an order. Here's the next leader. Anyone who follows the previous leadership is leader. I don't make any distinctions between Indian and European. All my disciples are leaders, as much as they follow purely. If you want to follow, then you can also lead. But you don't want to follow, leader means one who is a first class disciple. Evam parampara praptam. One who is perfectly following, our instruction is Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Do you know this? Arna Karihamane Asha. My only desire is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from the lotus mouth of my spiritual master. To become a leader is not very difficult, provided one is prepared to follow the instruction of the bona fide Guru. Prabhupada also mentioned. As these are all different things that have been transcribed. As soon as one forgets Krishna and wants to enjoy life independently, he falls down. Material motive should be given up, and everything favorable should be engaged in Krishna service. Then there will be success. Another one. These are all, again, things that devotees recorded during Prabhupada's final passport. Things that he mentioned. Things that we find in his books constantly and throughout his preaching, but at that time he's emphasizing as, his last instructions. So he's emphasizing on these things. Don't waste a single moment and I try my best, and it has been, oh no, he said, I didn't waste a single moment. I tried my best, and it has been successful to some extent. Have Sankirtan, congregational chanting of God's holy names. All Europeans, Americans, Africans, United Nations under Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's flag. Do everything just as I have shown you. It is possible. This is the real United Nations. You try under the protection of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and things will be successful. Others will simply waste their time and be disappointed. They will change from one body to another and suffer. You disciples are all intelligent and experienced men. You can go on managing this movement. If I depart, there is no cause for lamentation. I will always be with you through my books and my orders. I will always remain with you in that way. My Guru Maharaj said, whatever money is there, use it to print books. He was so happy to print books. So do it all very nicely. My Guru Maharaj used to say, go on printing, go on printing. I printed my books, now you do the same. This is our mission. Whatever we have, teach others. The whole world is filled with distress. Therefore, our Gurukula schools are meant for this purpose, to teach the students and to let them go all over the world to teach others. Durlava manava janama satsange tarahae baba sindure. Human life, especially in the association of devotees, is very rarely obtained. So please take advantage of this opportunity to cross over the ocean of material existence. And I also want to organize Vanashram society, divine society, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and so on. There should be social division, just as there is divisions of the different parts of our body. This will help people. Don't waste the human form of life by sinful living. I have already given the ideas in my books, so you should all read them. You are intelligent, all of you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Para upakar, do good to others. Do not exploit them. Any human being has the ability to chant Hare Krishna. give them chanting, and also make the situation favorable. Is that clear? So I stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Think the next part, 12:15 now, we're gathering together to offer the Puspanjali offerings to Srila Prabhupada, and then we have Guru Puja Artik, and then we honor Krishna Prasada, Srila Prabhupada's Prasada. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, dear devotees, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to come closer and we're going to offer these prayers to Srila Prabhupada. And most of you are familiar with the Pushpanjali ceremony. So when at the end I point out, I say the words Pushpanjali, then you offer one handful. Remember, it's going to be 3 times. So whatever you have in your hand, you have to divide it into 3. And we're going to offer 3 times flowers to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So you can repeat after me. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Ummilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raguna Tambitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakansvitam Cha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Namaom Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaja Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Swamin Iti Namine Sri Varshavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripaddaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Mardujo Jwala Premadya Sirupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Srimurtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudhapa Apasidhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Shakshabairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Brasambodhe Padambhujaya Te Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachit Ananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaurabhirbhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tushe Namaha Panchatattva Makam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Suratao Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Matsarvashva Padambhojao Radha Mohana Radha Madana Mohano Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpa Drumadaha Srimad Ratnakara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Prestalibhir Sevyamana Smarami Sriman Rasarambhi Vansivata Tatastitaha Karsham Venu Swanair Gopir Gopinata Sriestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now we're gonna offer pranam mantras to Srila Prabhupada. And again, just divide into three. And when I say Pushpanjali, we offer the petals to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Samsaradava Nalalidha Loka Tranaya Karunya Ganat Ganadvan. Samsaradava Nalalidha Loka Tranaya Karunya Ganat Ganadvan. Pratasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Mahaprabho Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manashorasenam. Romancha kampa srutaranga bhajo Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Romancha kampa srutaranga bhajo Vande Guru Sri Vigrahara Ganadityananam Sringarathan Mandiramarjanado. Sri Vigrahara Gananityananam Sringarathan Yuktasya bhaktams chani junjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Chani junjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Chaturvidasri Bhagavad Prashadam Shwadana Triptam Hari Bhakta Shangam. Bhagavad Prashadam Swadana Triptam Kritaiva Triptim Bhajato Shadhaiva Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Kritaiva Bande Guru Sri Radhikama Davayora Para Mardhuya Lila Guna Rupananam Mardhuya Lila Prati Shana Shwadana Lolupasya Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Bande Guru Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Nikunja Juno Rati Keli Sidve Jajali Bhir Yuktira Pekshanija Jajali Bhir Yukti Tatrati Dasya Ati Balabhasya Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Vasya Bande Guru Sri Charanara Shaksha Daridvena Chamasta Chastre Uktas Tathas Bhavyata Eva Shadhi Uktas Tathas Bhavyata Kintu Prabhu Japriya Eva Tasya Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam 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 Jasya Prashadham Bhagavat Prashadham Jasya Prashadham Nagati Kutopi Jasya Prashadham Bhagavat Prashadham Jasya Prashadham Nagati Kutopi Dajanstudvantasyas jasyastri sandhyan Bande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindan. Bande Guru Sri Charanaravindan. Nama Om Vishnu Padhaja Krishna Prestaja Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Vishnu Padhaja Krishna Prestaja Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yup. Harinam. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Jayam Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Shishimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Shishimad His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, their most beautiful Lordship Shishi Kishori Kishori ki, Paramakaruna, their most merciful Lordship Shishi Gauranitai ki, their most merciful Lordship Sri Jagannath Sri Baladev Srimati Subhadra Maharani Sri Sudarshan Chakra ki, Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki, Sri Kartik Masa ki, Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day Mahamahotsava ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahladaladadaine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye ito narasimha parato narasimha yato yato yami tato narasimha Mahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Sharanam Prapatye Kavakara Kamala Varenakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Makara Kamala Varenakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadhirta Rahari Rupa Krishna Krishna Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narahare 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 Jaya Narahare Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, on behalf of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and our beautiful Shishikishore Kishori, we'd like to offer a gratitude for your participation in this most auspicious celebration. Prabhupada's Disappearance Day is auspicious also. It's quite something that we celebrate the departure of such an important person in our life as an auspicious event. But the fact is that our Vaishnava acharyas tell us that we think in an ill way if we think that the acharya, our spiritual master, has left us or have left this world. Srila Prabhupada lives eternally in his teachings and his instructions. So, celebrating the time that he is again unified with his Lord Sri Krishna in Vrindavan and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and carry on the chanting of this wonderful Mahamantra all over the creation, whatever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appearing. So we celebrate Srila Prabhupada in that way. So we thank you so much for being here with us and participating in this event. Please join us downstairs for honoring the feasts that have been offered with great love and attention to Srila Prabhupada and in honor of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you again for being here, and we look forward to your association in the rest of the Kartik month that we celebrate. Thank you.